The night my baby sister almost disappeared forever. I was 11 years old, and the person who planned it had been smiling at my mother just hours before. This is not one story. This is for true accounts, for real people, for different places across America, and one terrifying truth they all share. The danger was never far away. It was already inside. My name is Jake. I am 17 years old, and I have never told this story outside my family. Until now. When I was 11, my mother gave birth to my youngest sister. She was small, healthy, and beautiful. My father was working out of state. He cried on a video call when he first saw her face. We celebrated that night. Neighbors came by. There was food, laughter, and warmth. The house felt fuller than it had in years. Somewhere in the middle of all of it, an old woman appeared at my mother's side. Nobody remembered seeing her arrive. Nobody knew who had invited her. She smiled warmly, congratulated my mother, looked at the baby, and then quietly disappeared back into the crowd. My mother thanked her and moved on. It seemed like nothing. It was everything. We went to bed around 10 that night. The house went silent. I woke up at exactly 3 in the morning. On my way back from the bathroom, I saw a silhouette in my mother's doorway. Someone standing very still. I assumed it was my uncle checking on the baby. I kept walking. Then I heard the crash. My uncle had a man pinned to the floor at the end of the hallway. He screamed at me, "Go to your room. Do not come out. Go now." I ran. I pressed myself against the wall in the dark and listened to sounds I could not fully understand. Police sirens, getting louder, then closer. When the officers finally left, my uncle told us all to go back to sleep. Like that was a normal thing to say. In the morning, he told us what had happened. A man had broken into our house in the middle of the night. His target was my newborn baby sister. He had been hired, paid, to take her. The police later told us who had paid him. The old woman. The one who came to congratulate my mother. She had done this before. 4 times. For other newborns. Taken and sold to anonymous buyers. She was arrested. Both of them were sentenced to life in prison. My sister is 6 years old now. She laughs all the time. She has no idea how close she came to disappearing from our lives forever. We never told my father. But I still think about that woman's smile. How warm it was. How completely ordinary. Stay with me, because what comes next is something I still cannot fully explain. I told that story to a friend years later. A girl whose family had roots deep in rural Louisiana. In a small bayou town where the old stories still held weight. She listened without speaking. Then she said, "My mother had something happen to her too. When she was pregnant with me, Her mother had been riding a late-night bus home from work. Tired, bag on her lap. Everything ordinary. Then a woman sat nearby and started staring. Not glancing. Staring. Eyes fixed on her belly. Unblinking. Like something watching through glass. The girl sitting beside her felt it too. She quietly offered to switch seats. Her mother said yes. But the woman kept staring. And then her mother looked more carefully at the woman's face. She studied it. And she noticed, between the nose and the upper lip, where every human being has a small groove, there was nothing. Just flat. Smooth. Empty. In the bayou towns of Louisiana, there are old stories about creatures that walk among us. They look human during the day, but something is always slightly wrong. The old people say they are drawn to pregnant women, that they follow them, that they wait. Her mother had always dismissed those stories. Until that night, on the bus. She got off at her stop. The woman got off too. She walked faster. The woman followed. She cut through a crowd, spun around a corner, flagged a cab. She didn't breathe properly until the car was moving. When she finally got home, her father was already at the front door, not waiting for her, watching the street. He said, "I saw something circling outside. I knew it was close." He pulled her inside. For weeks after that night, there was knocking at the windows. Not the door. The windows. 2 floors up. At random hours. Day and night. A neighbor eventually came over. She had seen a woman standing outside her window too. Pale. Motionless. She described the face. No groove above the lip. Whatever it had wanted, it had not forgotten where to find them. 2 stories. 2 families. Both had no idea they were being watched. The 3rd story happened to me in my own apartment. While I was sleeping, I moved into a new apartment on the north side of Chicago. 7th floor. The elevator was always unreliable. I took the stairs every single day. On my 3rd week there, coming home from work, I heard it from somewhere below me. The sharp, rhythmic click of high heels on concrete steps. I stopped on the 4th floor landing and waited. I thought it was my neighbor from down the hall. She always dressed well. Always seemed to be going somewhere. I waited to say hello. The sound got louder. Then it stopped. No one appeared. I told myself it was nothing. I went upstairs. That night, I woke up at 2 in the morning, drenched in sweat. I opened the window, fell back asleep, woke up again, soaked again. Something felt wrong in a way I couldn't name. I tried to move, and I couldn't. Sleep paralysis. I'd read about it. I knew the science. I repeated it to myself like a prayer. Then, I saw the shadow in the corner of the room. It was still, at first. Then, all at once, it rushed toward me, and I screamed. Inside a body that could not scream, could not move, could only watch as the dark came closer. I focused everything I had on my feet. One twitch, then another, and finally, I was free. I ran. I turned on every light. I sat on the floor until morning. The next day, I found out my fourth-floor neighbor had died the night before. Cause unknown. She was found in her apartment, wearing a red dress and red heels, as if she were going out somewhere. Her cat was dead in the bathroom. That night, she came back. I woke again in the dark, again unable to move, and she was standing at the foot of my bed. Her face, color of old wax. The cat beside her, covered in something dark. She looked at me the way the dead look at the living. Not with hunger, not with anger, just looking like she had forgotten. She wasn't supposed to be here anymore. I closed my eyes and I prayed until the room went quiet. I moved out 3 months later. I never told anyone about the second visit. I am telling you now, because I have carried it long enough. 3 stories. A stolen baby. A creature with no human face. A dead woman who didn't know she was gone. The last story doesn't belong to me, it belongs to my father. And it ended with a note. 5 words. Written by a man, alone, in the dark. My father told me this story once. Only once. When I was young enough to remember every word. He was 16. Working on a ranch in rural Idaho. His job was to ride deep into the mountains and bring back horses that had wandered off. He used his own horse for this. A mare named Angel. Angel was, he said, the most ridiculous animal he had ever loved. Playful, loud, more dog than horse. But there was one place Angel refused to behave. Deep in the mountains, past where the trail got narrow and the trees pressed close, there was an old shack. Boards rotting, windows sealed shut from the inside, walls gone gray. Every time my father passed it, the back of his neck went cold, and he felt, with complete certainty, that something was watching him from behind those boards. Angel knew it too. She would buck and snort and pin her ears flat. Every single time. Animals don't perform fear. They just feel it. One day, my father asked a veteran ranch hand about the shack. The man's easy smile changed into something else. He said, "You really want to know, kid?" He told him about Frederick Beale, a hermit. Mid-1900s. He built that shack by hand. and lived in it for decades. Every summer, he came down to the nearest town, stocked up on supplies, then disappeared back into the mountains. The townspeople liked him, looked forward to his visits. Then one summer, he didn't come. Days passed, then weeks, then months. Finally, the sheriff rode out with a few deputies. They smelled the house before they reached it. When they forced the door open, Frederick Beale was on the living room floor, dead for a long time. A single gunshot wound to his head, the gun still in his hand. In his coat pocket, a crumpled note. The handwriting had gone shaky toward the end, uneven, desperate, but they could read it. "Help me, God. I've gone blind." He had lost his sight, alone in the mountains. No way back to town in winter. No way to hunt. No way to call for help. He sat in that shack, in total darkness, until he decided there was nothing left to wait for. My father said that after hearing that story, every ride past the shack felt different. Not just eerie, inhabited. Like Beale was still in there, sitting in his chair, facing the door, unable to see, but somehow still aware that someone was passing by. Angel never once calmed down near that place. Not one single time. I think about all of it. Late at night, when the apartment is quiet, a single gunshot wound to his head, the gun still in his hand. In his coat pocket, a crumpled note. The handwriting had gone shaky toward the end, uneven, desperate, but they could read it. "Help me, God. I've gone blind." He had lost his sight, alone in the mountains. No way back to town in winter. No way to hunt. No way to call for help. He sat in that shack, in total darkness, until he decided there was nothing left to wait for. My father said that after hearing that story, every ride past the shack felt different. Not just eerie, inhabited. Like Beale was still in there, sitting in his chair, facing the door, unable to see, but somehow still aware that someone was passing by. Angel never once calmed down near that place. Not one single time. I think about all of it. Late at night, when the apartment is quiet and the shadows in the corners are just shadows. A woman who smiled at a celebration and planned a theft. A creature that followed a pregnant woman through the dark. A neighbor in red who didn't realize she was dead. A blind man in the mountains who left behind nothing but a note. None of it announced itself. Evil doesn't always look like evil. Sometimes it looks like a warm smile at a party. Sometimes it looks like just a shadow in a corner that you keep telling yourself is not moving. I think about that note. Help me, God. I've gone blind. And I wonder, how many of us are sitting in the dark right now and just haven't found the words yet? If this story kept you up tonight, leave a comment telling me which story scared you most. And if you are new here, subscribe. The dark has many more stories to tell.